Hello, my name's Julie LaBenz, and I'm a lawyer here in Arizona. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and tell you the background and story of my why, of my mission of helping people across Arizona, in particular parents, get through really common legal processes in an efficient manner, at an affordable price, and in a manner that helps them achieve a fair and just outcome. So again, my name's Julie LaBenz. You can learn more about me by visiting julielabenz.com. I am from Arizona originally. I was born and raised here. And I went to law school at Arizona State University. And I became a lawyer in 2006 after I passed the Arizona bar. From there, I worked in rural areas, including a small town in western Arizona called Parker, as well as in Flagstaff in northern Arizona. And in those two locations, I worked as a prosecutor. I handled numerous trials, in particular DUI trials, and I got a great deal of courtroom experience. However, I learned through that most people don't understand their rights, and that as a result, they end up getting taken advantage of by the system quite frequently because they don't know about their right to remain silent and why it's so important. They don't understand their right to an attorney and they don't assert it, even though it's so important. And they don't understand how the criminal process works. And that's a problem. So I knew that just working as a prosecutor and staying where I was at wasn't going to allow me to help people on the level that I wanted to. Just working one-on-one and seeking to be a minister of justice on that level was certainly fulfilling, and being able to administer justice was something that I enjoyed and I took pride in. However, it was limiting in that it was just one-on-one. I wasn't in a position to work with people on a greater scale. That influenced me to leave being a prosecutor and jump into having my own law business. I opened that business in a small town called Parker in western Arizona. I am currently one of 4 attorneys in private practice in the entire county that have offices there. And I took on a general practice, so I really broadened my horizons. I jumped into family law, probate, estate planning, criminal defense, civil litigation, contracts, homeowners associations, landlord-tenant. I've done a number of things, and I've had a truly exceptional experience in the past 5 or 6 years that I've been in private practice. One of my family law cases went all the way to the United States Supreme Court, which is really an amazing set of events to happen that most lawyers don't experience, but I did have that happen to me in the last 5 years. I went to the Court of Appeals. In fact, just this last December, conducted an oral argument on behalf of my client. It's somewhat rare that the Court of Appeals accepts cases for oral arguments. Certainly the number of cases that are in which oral arguments requested and the number that are actually heard is pretty astounding. It's a small number that they actually hear. And it was on, my case was on a very unique point of Arizona law that, although it stemmed from the Constitution of Arizona, that of course has been around since Arizona became a state, but this section had never really been interpreted in the way that it was being challenged in my case. So that was great, and ended up prevailing in that case. So I've had some really incredible experiences working as a small town lawyer, and I've gained a great deal of trial experience in addition to the trial experience that I had as a prosecutor. I've really just increased that. I attended the Arizona College of Trial Advocacy, and that was a program put on by the state bar. I'm a graduate of that program. So I've been in the courtroom, And I've been representing private clients, and I've handled numerous family law cases and probate cases and estate planning. And what I found is that I have a passion for helping families. In fact, helping families get through common legal processes that either with the proper planning can be completely avoided, meaning you're not going to have to go through a complex and expensive legal process because you've done the proper planning. Or two, if somebody hasn't done the planning, but they find themselves facing one of these common processes, like a divorce or a child custody case or a probate matter, that they can have a new resource, have a new system available that they can utilize in order to get through the court process for an affordable price and in a way that empowers them to be able to do things on their own through their case, which will help them save money. Because I'll just be honest with you, attorney's fees are expensive and they add up really quickly. And unless you've got thousands of dollars ready to spend, or you're ready to go on a payment plan where you're going to be spending a great deal of money on a monthly basis to keep up with these fees, then, if that's not an option for you, or it's not an acceptable option, then what's the alternative? Going alone, going it alone, representing yourself. And is that really an acceptable option? Because, just to become an attorney, I went to law school. Well, first of all, I had to go to undergraduate. I did that for 4 years. Then I went to law school for 3 years, and then I had to pass the bar exam. And so these were all the basic requirements that every attorney has to go through just to become an attorney in Arizona. Yet if you represent yourself, believe it or not, the court expects you to conduct yourself and conduct your case just like an attorney would. So what resources are out there for people who don't have thousands of dollars to spend on an attorney and maybe are going to use the court forms, use the self-service center online and use forms to file for divorce or custody? What are the options for those individuals, for those parents? Well, that was something that I wanted to address because I'll tell you, in the last few years, it's been heartbreaking for me to have to turn away so many parents who couldn't afford my fees. And many times, parents would hire me after they had started their cases on their own, and I would see all the mistakes that they would make in using the court forms, in not making the proper requests, in not knowing how to move their case forward, in not responding properly to certain papers that are filed by the other side. And I would have to go in and try and clean up those messes and fix everything. And sometimes some of those mistakes aren't able to be fixed because time periods have run, or maybe the judge says, no, I'm not going to allow you to make that change. And as a result, it's so important to get things done right from the start. Yet what are the resources available to people? Maybe you can go online and get a form, but where is the information to assist in filling out that form and to help see that a parent fills out that form correctly? Well, that's my mission, is to help parents and to provide affordable avenues for parents to get that information that they need to protect themselves and their families. So that's a little bit about me. I'm Julie LaBenz, and my mission is to help as many parents as possible across Arizona either avoid or minimize common legal problems like a divorce or a custody case, estate planning, probate, things of that nature. I'm ready to educate parents across Arizona and provide legal information they can actually use. So I encourage you to visit julielabenz.com, visit my Facebook page, which is AZ Family Law Info, and also you can go to my YouTube page, which is under my name, Julie LaBenz, and you'll be able to access other videos that I've created and be able to tap in to these free legal information resources that I'm creating for parents across Arizona. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Arizona Lawyer Julie LaBenz, and I look forward to providing you with more legal information that you can use. Thank you.